Breaking. Vladimir Putin has given Kier Starmer just 72 hours to respond or face consequences that Downing Street is reportedly too afraid to even name publicly. This morning, Westminster awoke to chaos as an encrypted message from the Kremlin arrived at the Foreign Office shortly after dawn. Officials had anticipated routine complaints, sanctions, espionage accusations, the usual diplomatic noise, but what they received was entirely different. According to multiple government sources, the message was direct, aggressive, and contained demands that visibly shook senior ministers. Within hours, emergency meetings convened across Whitehall. Intelligence chiefs were pulled from their morning briefings, military commanders received urgent notifications, and Starmer's government shifted into full crisis mode, the kind of response normally reserved for active threats on British soil. The Kremlin's message accused the United Kingdom of crossing a red line, allegedly taking part in covert operations that Russia claims endangered its national security and regional stability, and demanded an immediate response on a specific timeline, according to leaked intelligence briefings. Downing Street has refused to confirm the exact contents of the message, repeatedly citing national security reasons, a phrase now sounding more like a shield than a justification. The government's silence has only fueled speculation. Ministers dodging direct questions, the Foreign Office refusing to comment on basic details, and every official answer sounding rehearsed, have led the public to ask, what exactly is Britain hiding from its citizens? Social media is awash with theories, news channels provide non-stop coverage, and with each passing hour of silence, public frustration grows. In the House of Commons, tension boiled over within minutes. Starmer, standing at the dispatch box, spoke with controlled but taut composure, insisting Britain acted entirely within international law, praising UK intelligence services and pledging strength, resolve, and unwavering commitment to national security. MPs, however, were far from satisfied. Conservative backbenchers demanded full and immediate disclosure, accusing the Prime Minister of hiding behind vague assurances while the country faced a real threat. Reform UK claimed the government had provoked a nuclear power without a coherent strategy or exit plan. Even Labour loyalists appeared uneasy, shifting in their seats, exchanging glances and waiting for answers that never came. The chamber became a pressure cooker, accusations flying across the aisle, shouts echoing off ancient walls, points of order raised and ignored. And one question dominated: what is in that message that the government refuses to disclose? Starmer offered no new information, repeating prior statements almost verbatim. After the session ended, MPs left more frustrated than when they entered. Multiple anonymous sources, not authorized to discuss classified briefings, revealed that Putin's warning included a second section completely hidden from the public and most parliament members, demanding Britain withdraw active support from a key Eastern European ally, a move that could fracture Western unity, weaken NATO's eastern defenses, and signal to the region that British commitments can be broken under pressure. If accurate, Starmer faces an impossible choice: comply and appear weak, risking Allied faith and decades of strategic partnerships, or refuse and confront a nuclear-armed state already engaged in Europe's largest land war since 1945, with no good options and only varying degrees of risk. Outside Parliament, the public made their voices heard. Protesters quickly filled Westminster Bridge, some waving Union Jacks and calling for strength against foreign pressure, others demanding transparency and accusing the government of hiding the truth. The mood was tense and unpredictable, with police lines holding against the crowds, helicopters circling overhead, and news cameras capturing every clash. This was not staged outrage. It was a nation grappling with genuine uncertainty, while its government made critical decisions in the shadows. By evening, similar gatherings appeared in Manchester, Birmingham, and Edinburgh. Then Buckingham Palace, usually silent on political matters, issued a rare public statement. His Majesty remains fully informed and deeply concerned. Constitutional experts noted the significance, as the monarch's acknowledgement, even symbolically, signals heightened stakes beyond ordinary politics. Royal aides were seen moving urgently, and the king received regular briefings, sending a clear message. The Crown is watching, expecting the crisis to be treated with the seriousness it demands. Across the Atlantic, the White House responded swiftly, issuing a formal statement backing Britain, condemning what it termed Moscow's aggressive and destabilizing rhetoric, praising UK leadership, and reaffirming the nation's bond. Yet this raised questions. Why did Washington respond before Downing Street finalized its messaging? And what does the US know that Britain's public has not been told? Sources suggested American intelligence had tracked this crisis days before the message arrived, implying the UK had warning yet appeared unprepared for the public fallout, signaling the situation extends beyond British borders. The day's most striking moment came from a senior UK military commander speaking off the record, calling it strategic positioning and warning that Britain must respond decisively or be seen as vulnerable not just by Russia, but by all observing adversaries. Military assessments, even anonymous ones, indicate the threat exceeds political posturing, and professionals preparing for worst-case scenarios are taking it seriously. The Ministry of Defense declined comment, but the warning was clear. Late at night, a journalist claimed to have seen the final line of Putin's warning, indicating Russia expects Britain to respond formally within 72 hours, an expectation with implied consequences. Downing Street has neither confirmed nor denied this. The Foreign Office refused comment, and ministers repeated carefully rehearsed answers. If the deadline is real, the clock began ticking upon message receipt, and no one has publicly stated what will happen when it expires. Overnight, sources confirmed national threat levels quietly elevated. Encrypted calls buzzed across government departments, military protocols activated nationwide, and senior officials returned to their posts. Downing Street's machinery moved quietly but decisively, while Starmer met with advisors, wrestling with the most consequential decision of his career: tone, disclosure, strength projection, and avoiding escalation. Every word now matters. The wrong sentence could tilt everything. Britain finds itself facing a direct, aggressive foreign warning, a government refusing full disclosure, potential fractures in Western alliances, an approaching deadline with unknown consequences, and a public asked to trust leaders who remain opaque. This is no ordinary diplomacy, but a test of leadership, transparency, national resolve, and Britain's ability to stand firm under multi-directional pressure. The question is not what Putin said, but what Starmer will do: stand firm and risk escalation, seek negotiation and appear weak, or hide behind national security while citizens demand transparency. Answers are pending, but every development will be tracked. Viewers are encouraged to subscribe and enable notifications, share opinions, and help others understand this evolving crisis, which is far